Well, I've been looking at this Mini in a local area. Another one. It's yellow. It's faded. Make a perfect polishing job, and it's got a lot of decals on it. And I'm looking at the decals, and it looks like it's got some hidden meaning with the decals, and I want to find out what it is. It's got something to do with some race or something. So I want to definitely go and meet this person because I'd love to know if they did the race, because if they did the race, that's what I've been trying to do. Is get a car. Well, I had the car, but I was gonna get another car, um, and then start racing it. But I'm a long way away from that right now. Um, but if I can finally get a decent car and I can start earning some money, then I'm going to be able to do that. But yeah, yeah, this car has been in a race of some sort, and it's advertised all over it. So it looks okay. It's just an old car. It doesn't matter that it's got stickers on it or anything. I'll probably take most of them off, apart from the good decals that you can actually peel off and paint over. If it's just a flat square, there's no point in having it on. You can't paint over it. You can't remove it and do the effect that I want to do. So yeah, the car itself is not far away. So I thought, well, I might arrange to maybe go and have a look at it. Got nothing else to do, so could take a friend's car and go up there with the dogs. Yeah, that'd be alright because there's a big forest up there and that. Yeah, loads of space. But I reckon I reckon that I've got enough time to figure it out before they sell the car. These cars, nobody wants them because there's so much problem with them. That's why there's 3 or 4 of them in in the immediate area. If you look online, you'll find in your area there's exactly the same because they spread wide and far and wide. They're everywhere, but you have to find them. So I find that I find that I don't have to walk far in a day to find one. But the old ones, no, they're not on the road anymore. Most of them have taken off the road because they've got problems. You don't see them on the road. But I've worked on them and I know the problems, so I can fix them. But the easiest way is to obviously diagnose it with a mechanic and agree on it and they say yes, fix that. So I can't do the work. I haven't got the space, the tools, or whatever. So yeah, it's a difficult one because if if you're gonna if you're gonna do the work on any car, right, you got to weigh up the cost of all the tools and all the time that the person has put into educating themselves on how to fix the problem in half an hour. I once saw a thing. A bloke had built a career on fixing boats, ships, fucking ships, right? And he was a mechanic. He was an engineer, right? So this bloke phoned him up. I think it cost him £10,000 or something, $10,000 or pounds, for literally 5 minutes work, right? It might have been more than that. It might have been 30. But he said, okay. He said, why does it cost so much? I'll tell you how he fixed it in a second. But he said, why does it cost so much? For it only took you 2 minutes. It took you a couple of minutes. He said, because you're paying for the 30 years experience I've got to know how to fix this ship's engine in one tap, one little tap, right? And that's how he fixed it. He literally located the problem, and all he did was tap the engine, the part of it. And then he charged him like 30 grand or 10 grand or whatever it was. And the ship owner said, well, or the captain, he said, well, why is that? He said, because you're paying for my experience, the time that I put into learning how to fix it in one tap or 5 minute tap in or whatever he did. He just it was just a little tap. It just fixed it. And you think to yourself, well, yeah, that's true. So it's like me, I put in time and effort into learning all this shit. So it's worth money to people to pay to learn. That's how I learned, by learning off others. So now I'm just paying back the dues of trying to make those videos of myself making the same mistakes or the same fucking progress. But I'm struggling with not having a car that works, because every day is just the same journey. I'm now got a reason with the business cards, going out looking for work. If I get a couple a day that interested, then I can start making some money. But the problem isn't it isn't that people don't want it doing. It's that they don't understand what I'm doing, because I haven't been able to prove it yet. I haven't been able to make the video. I haven't been able to direct people where to look to see the process of what I'm about to do on their car before it happens. So that, before and after pictures, basically. Because I haven't been able to do it. Today was the day I was going to do it, and unfortunately the circumstances just weren't right. There's not much I can do about that, other than rearrange it, and he's happy to do that, and so am I. So that's good. That's good. So just got to find another one. Because I want to practice, and the only way to practice is by doing it. I'm capable of doing it and practicing at the same time. So yeah, it's been a while. I mean, you got to think, standing over the car for a long time is very strenuous on the back, and strenuous on the hips, and on your legs. That's why a lot of blokes sit down and do it. But yeah, until I've got a stool suitable enough to do it, or a floor to roll on, then there's no point in having the stool. But we're thinking of epoxy in the driveway, half the driveway, so that the kids can play on it with balls and stuff, but also for oil spillages and ease of cleaning and looking fresh and looking professional. Unfortunately, the lady wants black. So it's going to be quite a challenge to keep it clean. So yeah, but if we have that flooring, then a stool with wheels would be, or a chair. A chair with wheels would be how I would polish the cars, because it is very strenuous on the back and the thing if you're doing it for the time that I do it. So yeah, I think that time will come, but it's it's just practice all the time. Practice. It's learning from yourself. Like for instance, this is a Clubman. It's exactly the same car. It's just a little bit longer. It's got about that more, maybe yeah, about that much extra uh, length. So um, it won't be a challenge to polish it. Uh, the Countrymen's and stuff though I've never done. So I would be learning from that point on as soon as I started to polish a Countryman, because I'd be learning the shape. And that's the practice, you see. I'd be learning the shape. I'd be practicing each time I went over it. I'd be learning the shape of the car. And I'd be learning how I have to move my hands, my body, the machine. It's all practice. But I haven't been able to do it for so long. I haven't been able to do it. And all I wanted to do was one car so that I could make one video. One car, one video, and it turned out the car was black, and I was like, this is going to be a fantastic fucking video. But unfortunately, disappointment ensued that I couldn't actually do it today. But the guy seems genuine. He seems like a real nice chap. He sounds like a businessman, which I always like dealing with, because they know what they're getting for their money. But he's allowing me to put it on the video, so I'm giving him a half price deal, and that in itself is a half price deal, because the machine polish finish that I give them is worth hundreds of pounds. But I'm not doing it for that, because you try explaining that to somebody that's got an old car. It's only people with supercar prices that are going to be able to afford to have somebody pay me, like me, pay someone like me to be able to polish the car to the standard that I want for the finished product, right? And that is convincing them to let me do it for 8 hours, a whole day, breaking for lunch, and seeing the results, and then saying that's worth like 400 quid. Because if it was that dull and the results are that wow, then he would go, yeah, that's worth 400 quid. But you have to entice people into it, and the only way to entice them into it is by showing them the product, showing them actually what the service you're going to provide. And unfortunately, I've got no before and after pictures that, unless, oh well, I do actually, I do have the pictures from some jobs that I've done, but it's a lot of information on file that I've got to search for. So it's not that easy, because you should be able to describe the picture that you're looking for in your files, right? By way of description, right? By way of description, you should be able to find the file by of the picture by describing what the picture is of. That's how AI should work, right? Not this bullshit where they're trying to take over the common thought process of what a computer does. But yeah, it should be able to describe a picture what's on it. Same as if you're looking for something on, say, Google, it'd be nice if you could just type in uh, the the plot of a film that you remember, but you can't remember the name of the film, but you remember the plot, right? So if you could type it out as a story, and then it says, and then recognizes that story and goes, ah, that's, I don't know, To Kill a Mockingbird or something. So yeah, there's films that I've remembered watching, but I can't remember the name, and I've struggled to find it. So you've got Shazam. Shazam does that thing where it records the song, and then finds out or finds the song, right? So why can't you do that with films, but with text? So you write it out and then or speak it out and type it, and then it finds through. I don't know. Maybe you can do that. I'm not adverse to technology. My mate calls me a caveman when it comes to the phone. So yeah, I'm not adverse to technology. But I've been thinking about my car. I'm not going to touch it paint wise. No, it's in perfectly good condition as it is. It doesn't need to be painted. The one that I'm looking at possibly buying, that one does need to be painted. So I do think about painting that one. But it all depends whether or not I can get a deposit, or it all depends on not whether or not he can not sell it between now and the time that I need the car, which isn't long away. It's only a few days. That's if my payment goes in. So yeah, it's a struggle. It is a struggle. But I need to be driving. I need to be on the road. I need a car working. I only can just try to get one car working next week. That's all I can do. If it means buying one, it means buying one. If it means repairing one, it means repairing one. It means repairing one. Oh, these headphones. There's no rubber thing on them. There's no rubber thing on them, so they hurt. Every time the rubber thing would fall off if you drop the headphones. So these things are no good. They need to be on a little wire. They need to have a little string attached to them, because once you drop them, especially at night, you can't see them. You'll lose them in the street. Yeah, so they bloody hurt. Not like my overhead ones, which are now broken, but I'm gonna have to invest in a new pair at some point. I'll probably invest in a pair of Marshalls, because I'm thinking of getting a guitar and another guitar. My one's miles away, so I can't get at it. And I'm in the middle of painting it. I was doing a unique bespoke paint job on it with paint cans, but now I've got all the airbrushing equipment that I want to practice with, so it gives me a reason to go down to that address and start fucking airbrushing. So yeah, that's another thing I want to do, is airbrush guitars. I want to start doing flames, yeah, because when you watch these videos, instructional videos that say how to paint with airbrush, they always say start with flames, and they seem so easy with somebody who's fluid, who can paint. And I have actually used an airbrush before, and I do understand how to get fluid movement, but I haven't got one here, so I'm gonna have to get another compressor, a little one about this big on the table, for using for airbrush, because I want to just practice on a pad doing flames. And the way you do it, you cut shapes out and stuff, and you use them to get the flame shape and stuff. And it's awesome. It's awesome because it really does pass the time. In fact, I may do that this week because I need something to do. It's boring watching TV. There's nothing on TV at this time of morning. It's like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. I have no intention of sitting here watching TV. So, but I would do some art and practice doing the flames. Yeah, yeah. I reckon I'll get an easel and well, not an easel. I've always preferred, instead of an easel, I've always preferred the technical drawing tables like I used to have in my old school when I was younger, with the slide rulers and stuff like that on them, because I used to really enjoy graphical drawing, and I was on the verge of studying architecture, but I wasn't intelligent enough to not do it. I could have applied myself maybe, but I wasn't intelligent enough to see the outcome of being able to do it. I just carried on my life as I did, and by moving schools, I lost the opportunity to study that career, that path. So they didn't study it in the school I moved to. So it was lost. It's like one school I went to, they had religious studies, right? But now I don't think they do that, right? Because they didn't do it in my school when I moved. And that was other schools as well, but after that, but they didn't have religious studies. And all religious studies was mainly due to Christianity at the time. It was Christianity that you were studying. But now, I guess, with the way that the world is, they don't teach much about religion in schools. I think I said this on camera ages ago, way back at the beginning. But I was in town and I saw this girl, um, and I heard her say she didn't. Someone was talking to her about God, and someone said to her, "Who's God?" She said, "Who's God? What's God?" And she was only, I don't know, 16, 17. And I thought to myself, does she not get taught what God is in school from an early age? Because she's not that young now, and she doesn't still know what it is. Now that's fucked up. That is fucked up. Not knowing what God is. You ask them what the Bible is, they go, "What's that?" So these were good headphones. They're out of date now because now all headphones have apps. But these are good Bluetooth headphones. Sony. Got about 90 hours on them, I think. 90 hours runtime on them. Oh, they need charging. Yeah, so these little headphones that I picked up a long time ago have done me quite well because I didn't use them for a couple of years, and then I just started charging them again, and they started working. So they've done really well there, Sony. Apart from, let's have a look at these. Apart from these ones, these ones twisted like this, as all headphones should do, and all I did was twist it. It was there, and I twisted it, and it just snapped. It just went like that, and it pulled off. So that's a real crap design because look at it. Look at what it is. That is how it rotates. Right? That little cog there sits in there and it rotates. But it doesn't go all the way around, you see. So, but I didn't turn it the opposite way. I turned it the way it should go and it snapped. So Sony, you really need to do better than that. So that's what I'm going to start doing as well. I'm going to start the things that I buy for myself, tools, things like that. I might start reviewing them a bit more, because you do get a lot of people interested in buying stuff for themselves. And when you buy something good, it's best to let people know that you found something good and spread the word, because everybody needs good products. So don't keep them to yourselves, recommend them. But I haven't bought anything for a long time. In fact, okay, yeah, so I forgot I had this. So this is one of Halford's smart battery chargers. It took a long time to charge my battery, but that might have been the state of the battery. It's pretty good actually. It does what it's supposed to do. Yeah, there's not much to say about a battery charger, but 2-year guarantee. So to hold on to that, best to remain in communication with Halfords over the years, because I bought a product. I bought this. I haven't got the product. I've only got the box. But I bought this one of Halfords, from Halfords, and it didn't work from the moment I used it. And then I never used it for years, right? Because it didn't work, and it never worked ever at that point. So I never found the receipt quick enough to take it back when I was not using it. I bought it for a reason and I not used it. So when I did try to use it and it didn't work, and I couldn't find the receipt, it's now been in my possession for a long time, and it's crap. It was a power bank that never even charged. So yeah, I think to myself, well, that was, what was that, 80 quid? That was 80 quid, and that's how much they are in the shop. Because, of course, what they did is they realised the product was crap. They took it out of circulation and then replaced it with another product that looked different, but still essentially the same product. It's just that the manufacturer had made a crap product, and I think Halfords had realised it, and I was just one of the poor fucking customers that never got their money back. I'd love to be able to just walk in there and just say, look, this is shit, give me my money back, but the chances are the person that works there has never even seen it and doesn't even know what it is, because they didn't sell it in the last couple of years, so they've never seen it. But this battery charger worked well. Luckily I don't need to charge the battery now for a while, so that'll be coming handy in the next situation when I end up with a different fucking car problem, with a different car. So yeah, that's the first thing I'll be doing when I get involved in another vehicle. I'll be charging the battery, because it solves a lot of problems, disconnecting the battery and then back up again, and then but I'd rather be able to charge it without disconnecting the battery, because then you don't have to mess about with the radio and all that nonsense. So it swings and roundabouts when it comes to these fucking things. But yeah, that was a good product. The battery power bank was not. So Halfords do better. And then the only other thing I got here which is also good, is a Ring doorbell, which I was about to start selling, but I found somebody who wants to buy it, so I don't need to start selling it. I've already sold it. I just need to start doing products, writing product reviews, I think, because you get a lot of free shit from people if you do reviews for them. I've heard a lot of good stories. So I thought I might get into that because I've got nothing else to do than sit here and make videos. So I'm just waiting, you see, another 3-4 days before I can even look at a car. I was supposed to be going today, but I can't pay the fuel to go and look at it. So it's a case of asking somebody else if they would mind paying for the fuel, if they're using their own fuel. And there's not a lot of many people that would do that. I would do it, but other people that I ask wouldn't do it for me. So fuck them. Nice one, mate. Yeah, so that's a pain in the ass. I've now got to wash the top that I was wearing, so I might as well wash the whole thing. The birds are singing, so it's getting light. I think I'll be not doing much with cars today. I may well be scouting for new cars, new customers, but there's not much I can do without a vehicle because I can't get too far away and I can't get myself to certain areas. But if I've got anything to do, then obviously I can go to that area where I'm going and then sort of take detours and that to try and find minis. But yeah, there's not much you can do without a vehicle nowadays. You need a vehicle. You can't live without a vehicle. Everybody should have the opportunity to drive. You know, albeit that we can't afford it, but you shouldn't have these people struggling all the time on buses and stuff. They should be able to afford to drive. It shouldn't be such a privilege to be able to drive. The class system in this country is just fucking whack. It's totally out of sync with reality. You know, I'm not of any class, I don't think, but middle maybe. No, lower. I don't know. I would think in the future, the class system will disappear because everybody will have the same. There'll be another pandemic situation where we're all locked up again, and by that point, we'll never get back to normal. I think we'll all be locked in our houses and ordering stuff again from the internet, and the only people that will be working are the delivery people. There'll be no businesses open, everything will be shut, nobody will have any money. It's bound to happen again. It was a test for something, and they're bound to do it again. So just remember that. That's not conspiracy theory. That's the truth. They did the pandemic, and now that everything changed. So it's a matter of time before it changes again. So I put my shoes on. Yeah, so it is what it is. People don't realise what life used to be anymore, but it wasn't like it is now. There was more people about. There was a lot more going on. When I was a bit, younger, over the last 10 years, it's all died. There's no pubs open. There's no clubs open. There's nobody having fun out in public. It's just people drinking. There's no club atmosphere anymore, party atmosphere. You come to my place, I want to have a party. Do you know what I mean? I want to for a party, but put some music on, chill out, smoke some herb, have a few bevies. That's what I want to be doing. But we used to do that in places. We used to go places to have a good time, like bars and clubs. But there aren't any places. Most places don't even play music anymore. The music atmosphere, the party atmosphere of town has just disappeared. There's nothing. There's no music in town anymore. I think Paul's place is the only place that's got music, and that's the pool hall. So yeah, Qtopia. I think that's the only music in town. Real shame. Alright, so now I've got to wait for this bloody tracksuit to get washed and then hang out to dry. All because I spilt something on it. It was clean anyway, but once you spill something on it, I've got to wash it. So yeah, there's not much I can do now. It's too early in the morning to start sending emails. Again, I don't know what the time is. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's 4:30 exactly. So, obviously, it's too early in the morning to be doing anything when it comes to contacting anybody. My designer sent me a message last night with the new business cards, which are awesome. So I can't wait to waste 500 Vistaprint designs that came damaged. The 500, I got 250, and then they're sending another 250 to replace the 250 because they're all damaged. Didn't turn out too good, so I recruited somebody to design a better logo or whatever on the business card. So it's done now. We just need to get them printed, which I'll do next week. So they're here, ready to be used. It is what it is. I need more business cards, better business cards, more striking business cards than the ones that I'm using, because I just did a quick design to get something on paper. I should have just got 100. I shouldn't have got 250, but the price difference between 100 and 250 is like £2 or something. So of course it's a no-brainer. But yeah, I've got a designer doing the new designs. So I thought I'd give him a go. He seemed quite keen, and he's done a good job. So that's it. Great. I'll use it. But yeah, probably get my head down for a bit actually. I don't think I can sleep. I'm wide awake. I've got countdown in probably about an hour, and then the day starts again. So it's kind of pointless going to bed, going to sleep. I was already asleep. That's why I'm awake, because I was sleeping anyway. When you haven't got a car, you've got nothing to do. You walk everywhere and you get knackered, so you just end up passing out when you get home. Hopefully that tracksuit will be dry for me to wear tomorrow, because I wanted to wear it. So that's why I was in it. Yeah, put it on this morning when I woke up, and it's now dirty. So the reason I want to wear it is because I'm not looking at cars. I'm not doing anything with cars, so I can wear something nice, But it is the weekend, so I've got to do some wheeling and dealing. Try and get some money up somehow. I've got my car up for sale just in case somebody wants to buy a non-runner, but I'm only in the same boat as all the people that I'm trying to buy off. I'll find a car next week. There'll be one.